Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's nice to see you all again. I'm back from my vacation. If you follow me on Instagram, I did post that I will be gone for about over 2 weeks. I just came back from my trip to Eastern Europe not so long ago, maybe about a week ago. I am still dead exhausted. They're not kidding when they said that Eastern Europe was going to be the most exhausting European trip that you're ever going to take, probably in your life. Maybe, I don't know, I haven't really tried out all the European trips, but by far this has got to be the most exhausting one that I have ever experienced in my whole European escapade. I don't really feel jet lagged at all. I don't feel like I have the need to wake up early in the night. I could actually sleep, but I cannot wake up early. I am that exhausted. But anyway, that's not the point of this video. So today's video is going to be about my Eastern Europe haul. I wasn't actually planning to do a lot of shopping because I just came there to, look at the scenery, look at all the historical spots, take some really good photos. That was my goal. But looking at the things that I have here in front of me, I think I had another goal. I'm going to show you the things that I got, and I'm going to try to remember where I got them because obviously I don't really remember, but I'm going to do my best. So I have like quite a lot of things in front of me. Let's just get on with it. So in the first place that we had the chance to do shopping, we were in Hungary at that time. I don't remember the mall. I ended up in this drugstore called Rossmann, and I did some sightseeing, and I came across the brand Catrice. I know what you're saying. Catrice is actually available here in the Philippines, but you have no idea just how much cheaper it is in EU. It was half the price of what we sell here in the Philippines. So, knowing me, I wanted to pick something up because it was such a good deal. And I ended up getting the Catrice High Glow Mineral Highlighting Powder. It's this one. I actually came across this one when I went to BGC. What was that? Uptown BGC. I saw this in their Watsons, but I didn't pick it up because I found it a little bit too expensive for my liking, so I didn't pick it up. But I never found it in any other Watsons in SM, so when I saw this one and I saw that it was just like a little bit below 350 pesos converted, I wanted to get it. Oh, by the way, I got so excited, I forgot to tell you what this video is going to be about. This is pretty much like my Eastern Europe haul, but I am just going to show you the things that I bought. This is not going to be a review of any kind, it's just like really showing you what I got and maybe testing them out. First impressions. Okay, anyway, so this is the High Glow Mineral Highlighting Powder from Catrice, and this one is the Catrice Prime and Fine Mattifying Powder Transparent, and it says it's waterproof. This is how the powder looks like on the inside. I believe this is pretty transparent, but let me see. It's not so bad. It's actually a little bit light, but when you blend it out, it does blend out really well, I think. But, this is just a first impression video. And the highlighter looks like this one. It comes in this like plastic dome packaging, and you open it up, it gives off this really, really nice iridescence to it when you hit the light against the product. It actually looks kind of, reflective, I believe. It looks a little bit reflective. Gives off a little bit of a pinky, pearly sheen. Hey, that's not so bad. That's not so bad. I actually didn't do a hard swatch, but that's actually how the highlight looks like. I'm not sure if you can tell. To me, it looks like it's hard to explain. It has bits of peach, bits of pink and silver, not a lot of chunky glitter. I yet have to try it out, but yes, those are the Catrice products that I picked up from the drugstore in Hungary. Okay, funny story. This thing right here, I don't really know why I picked this up. We actually have this in Watsons, if I'm not mistaken. This is just like an ordinary blotting paper I picked up in Marionnaud. When I purchased the Catrice products, they only readily accept Hungarian forint. That's the currency in Hungary. But they told me that they will accept the euros, but they would just give me the change in forint. So I only had euros with me. I didn't want to change the money I had to forint because I just wouldn't stay that long in Hungary. So I didn't find it necessary to change my euros to forint because I just won't be able to use them in other parts of the tour anyway. So when I purchased the things that I purchased in that drugstore, I ended up with change in forint. I was looking at Marionnaud for something to spend it on. I figured that having that certain amount of change in forint with me was a little bit more of a waste compared to just grabbing something, making use out of it, paying the forint, and then at least I got something. So this is that something. This is just the Marionnaud Le Voyage blotting paper. Silly, but sometimes when you're a tourist, you want to make the most out of the currency that you have that you can no longer use in another country. So you might just want to pick up something that would be of use to you. So this is what happened with that. So I just spent all the forint that I could spend. I actually have just a few more forints with me, like 100 something with me that I didn't know where to use them on, so I just kept those as souvenirs. So this is the one that I got from Marionnaud. Next, I believe we were in Berlin. Let me check. Okay, that's right. I was in Berlin already at that time, and then we had a certain amount of time to do some shopping in this souvenir shop, pharmacy. I think this was in Brandenburg. It was like a gate of some sort. I think this was really Brandenburg. My memory fails me so much, I don't even remember where I went. So we were there. I don't really buy souvenirs per se, because, you know, photos for me are my souvenirs. That's why taking photos for me is that important. Taking good photos, taking really nice photos, that's my souvenir. I went to the pharmacy and I picked up this big guy. This is the Bioderma Sensibio makeup removing micellar solution, and this cost me 19 euros and 90 cents. 500 ml worth of micellar water, Bioderma. I actually like this thing. I've tried it before I went to this trip. So when I saw this one, I don't even know whether it's cheaper there or whether it's cheaper in our country. I just did my math and then it sums to about 1,213.9 pesos. I actually brought my mini one with me to travel. I used it a few times and I never had any kind of irritation because, you know, this one's really good. The micellar solution does not feel greasy, it does not feel oily, it actually doesn't leave that kind of annoying residue on your face. This is one of like the best micellar solutions that I've ever used. I obviously repurchased it. I got that in the pharmacy, and also with this one, the Bioderma Sensibio Dermatological Water for Sensitive Skin. This is a soothing spray that improves the skin's comfort. So there was one time while I was in a tour that I forgot to actually put my medication on my face, the medication that controls the redness. I turned so red, people actually thought I had a drink. I didn't even have a drink at that time. I forgot to put my medication. I turned so red because whenever we go out, it's cold, and whenever we go into a restaurant, it gets a little bit warm. And I react to the warmth. I get so red, my face would turn all red, and people actually really think that I was either drunk or I was not feeling well. You know, I was like, no, I'm just feeling a little too warm here. That was because of my rosacea. So I decided to purchase this one just in case in any part of the tour I felt my rosacea flaring up. So I just needed to grab this and spray it all over my face, feel some sense of relief. Maybe, I don't know yet because I didn't even try it. But I'm going to try it because I know I'm going to flare up anyway. But yeah, okay, so these are the two that I picked up from Berlin. Let's move on to this one. These are hand lotions, and this one is a body butter. This is from the Scottish Fine Soaps company. This is the Olay hand lotion, and this is the Olay body butter. And I picked this up when we were in... Here we go again, I don't remember. Where the hell did I get this product? Let me just share this with you guys. This is the photo that I have when I turned so red. I am not sure if the camera is picking it up, but I was so red during that time. We were on our first long bus ride trip going to, you know, we were doing cross country. So there was a really long bus ride. I didn't put anything on my face. I just wanted to sleep in the bus, but I never ended up sleeping anyway. Yeah, I was so red. Just sharing. I now remember. I picked this up when we were on our way from Dresden, Germany to Prague. We had this little stop. The tour guide was telling us that this is like the best chocolate store. People were like rushing there to get the chocolates, but I ended up not getting chocolates at first. It was such a small store. People were really crowding one another, and I ended up in this space where they had like a rack full of toiletries. And that was the first thing that caught my attention, was just this one, because it was so fragrant. I love the smell. I'm actually a huge sucker for the smell of milk. The smell of something that's so fresh but fragrant at the same time, cannot explain. But I can't even close it. I like the smell. It reminds me of the Crabtree and Evelyn goat's milk, but with more fragrance to it. It just smells like milk and perfume. I cannot explain. I love it so much, I got two of them, and then I also picked up a more moisturizing one, the body butter. And I'm actually on the hunt for the best lotion moisturizer. I've only been trying like a few because I'm really picky with my lotions. I hope this one doesn't have that greasy after feel. So far when I tried it in the store, it really melts into the skin, so I'm really having high hopes for this one. So moving on, I picked up my first batch of Zoeva Brushes. So these are the 4 individual brushes that I picked up when we were in Berlin. I picked this up in a store called Dogless. It's like their European version of Sephora. It was like a cosmetic store chain, and they carry items which were mostly on the middle price to high end, pretty much like Sephora. So I picked up 4 from Zoeva. I have 3 eye brushes, and then I have 1 face brush. The face brush that I picked up is the 105 Luxe Highlight Blush and Contour Brush. I have to read it there. It was like there. So this is the 105 Luxe Highlight Brush. Yeah, this is also an unboxing video, guys. So it looks like this. If you need a size comparison, this is my iPhone 6s. So this is the size comparison. Can you see it? The bristles are tapered in such a way that you can highlight your face. You know, it just really, oh my god. Whoa, now that is really smooth. It feels so soft. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, I'm not sure whether this one's cruelty free. Made of natural synthetic hair. Highlight your face with the 105 Luxe Highlight, made of natural synthetic hair. Was it natural or is it naturally synthetic? The Luxe Highlight illuminates your cheekbones, cupid's bow, and neckline evenly and smoothly. When I learned that I was going to go to Germany, I was looking for Zoeva everywhere. This is one of the few things that I wanted to buy in Germany, or probably in this Eastern Europe tour, so there we go. And then the next brush that I picked up is the Rose Gold 228 Luxe Crease brush, and it looks like this one. It's a little bit flat when I touch it like this, but it's also quite fluffy. So you can use this to blend your eyeshadow. You can also use this to shade the edges, working it in the crease. You know, it fits really nicely in the crease. And it feels so soft. This is like the softest eye brush that I have ever tried. Even softer than my Real Techniques, I must say. It doesn't pinch, it doesn't poke. I really have high hopes for this brush. I yet have to try it, but these are my first impressions and I'm already telling you that I think I'm gonna like this brush. This is the only rose gold brush that I have, the individual brush that I picked up. It's actually a little bit different compared to what I remember in Zoeva website. I've been hearing lots of raves about Zoeva and I just held back from buying them because they're a little bit expensive, not denying it. Oh, here's the thing. I saw the price that it was selling for in Germany and I compared it to the price that it was selling for in Sephora.ph, and I don't understand. Why is it so much more expensive in Germany? Somebody please explain. Sephora.ph gets their items maybe from Singapore because they always say that it's like shipping from Singapore, but I don't understand. Why is it more expensive in Germany? When this is a German brand, it's manufactured in, does it say made in Germany? Designed in Germany, okay. Traditionally handcrafted in PRC. Okay, never mind. How witty is it that they said designed in Germany and the way they put traditionally handcrafted in PRC pretty much just translates to made in China? You're smart! Here's another thing. At the same time that I was purchasing these things, Sephora.ph was having a sale. 20% off, 50% off. But I've been hearing lots of good reviews about this one and I'm going to try it out and I'm gonna let you know. The next brush that I picked up, it's also an individual brush and this is the 225 Luxe Eye Blender brush. So it looks like this one. Oh, I forgot to show you the height comparison. This is the Luxe Crease brush and this is the size comparison compared to my iPhone 6s. Okay, so this one is the Luxe Eye Blender, the 225 brush, and I picked this up because this one's a little bit fluffier and it's a little bit more dense compared to the Luxe Crease brush. The Luxe Crease brush, as I mentioned, you can use it for your crease, obviously. You can put your transition color there. This one, I believe you can use this also to blend and shade, but I believe this one works better if you want a smoky eye. Because the bristles are thick, you can actually get more product, like right in that corner, and then you can diffuse that color with the brush that I'm going to show you next. So yeah, these two are actually really good together. And the third brush, the third eye brush actually, the number 232 Luxe Classic Shader Eyeshadow Brush. You can use this to pack on the color on your lid. You can take loose pigments, pressed eyeshadows, and you can press on the product onto your lid like so. And I like the size because it's not too big, not too small either. I can easily do this, get in the crease like that, or I can just pack on the product on my outer corner right here. And it fits really, really well. I like this brush already. Okay, I like all these brushes. I like all these brushes. That's why I picked them up, right? We only had 40 minutes to do all these. Imagine how stressful that was for me. I went to Adidas. It took me about 5-7 minutes there. I left immediately to be able to go to Dogless because I wanted to look for Zoeva, and then I spent the rest of the time that we had there for this. The next thing I'm going to show you, it's REVOLUTIONAL. This is the StylPro Makeup Brush Cleaner and Dryer. Someone direct messaged me about this one and I found it was so cool to have like a dryer and a cleaner for your brushes at the same time. I saw how it works and I was like, man, that would make my life easier. I don't know yet, I haven't tried, but when I saw it, I wanted to try it out. So I picked this one up. It was expensive. I believe this one was almost 60 euros. So that translates to almost 3,700 pesos. Well, if it really makes my life easier in terms of cleaning my brushes, then I would say this is worth it. I'm gonna let you know once I get the hang of how to operate this thing. It comes in this box. I'm just going to read through the instruction because I actually don't know what these things are called, what these parts are called. They're actually all written here in this instruction list, and I hate reading instructions. If I can figure it out myself, I will figure it out myself. But with the money that it cost me, I might as well just read this one. I don't know how I'm going to repair this. StylPro again, that is called the StylPro. So I ended up in another Dogless store when we were in Marionnaud. That was in Munich, Germany this time. I ended up getting the Zoeva set. A Rose Golden Luxury Set Volume 1, 8 brushes plus clutch. This one was 74.99 euros. That's not cheap. It contains 8 brushes and a separate clutch. So this is the 106 powder brush. For size comparison, I'm going to show you the size against my iPhone 6S. It's really, really soft. It's a little bit longer compared to the other powder brushes that I currently have, and it has like a semi-dome shape on the top. It's actually pretty dense. You can use this with your loose powders, with your pressed powders, powder foundations. Oh my gosh, it's like a bunny's butt. I like this already. So the next brush that I have is the 102 Silk Finish brush, and it looks like this one. This one reminds me so much of a buffing foundation brush. It's just that most of the brushes for buffing foundation have flat tops, but this one just has a little bit more of like a rounded top. And the bristles are shorter, making it easier for you to control it. When you press it against the face, I don't feel like it pokes my skin. You can totally get a fuller coverage when you use brushes that have shorter bristles and denser bristles. So this one you can use totally for those. And the next brush that I have is the Zoeva 110 Face Shape Brush. This one is pretty much similar to the 102 Silk Finish, it's just that it is a little shorter and obviously smaller. You can use this for contour. If you want a more precise, more pronounced contour, the bristles also have a rounded shape here at the tip, and the shorter bristles allow you to pick up the product and then you can carve out that nice contour if you really want something that's more pronounced. I don't think you can use this to bronze because it's way too small. This one is more for precision work. So this is the 110 Face Shape Brush. And the next thing I have is the 127 Luxe Sheer Cheek Brush. The bristles are angled. Let me give you a size comparison. You can use this for blush, you can use this to bronze. If cream products is not your thing, you just like to do powder bronzers, powder contouring products, you can totally get this. Dip it in your product, you get a really nice chisel out of this brush because of its shape. And the bristles are also, again, very, very soft. I haven't washed these brushes, so I'm not sure whether they shed after a first wash. I hope not. Moving on, this is the 142 Concealer Buffer Brush. Also similar to the 110 Face Shape. Obviously, the difference is the size and the size of the bristles. And this one you can use for contour. This one you can use for your concealer. You can use it underneath your eyes for, you know, the concealer, the liquid concealer to use underneath your eyes. For color correcting, for spot correcting, with any of those nasty discolorations or acne spots left by your previous breakout. And to me, the size is just right. It gets right into this corner of my eye. It gets right underneath the eyes. I like it. I'm totally going to use this one. I'm going to see how I like it against the one that I'm currently using from Real Techniques. Last 3 brushes to go. The next brush I'm going to talk about is the 227 Luxe Soft Definer Brush. So this is how the Soft Definer brush looks like, and it has like a semi-fanned out bristle. You can use it on your crease if you're more into using a flat type of blending brush, or you can use this to pack on the color, just like a light wash of color on the lid. Has a nice shape. I like how it fits on my lid. Some eye brushes, they tend to be a little bit too big, and this one is just right, I believe. The next brush is a 231 Luxe Petite Crease. So this is how the Petite Crease brush looks like, and it has a pointed tip, something that you can use to get right into the crease to accentuate anything that you want to emphasize, maybe like to get a really nice cut crease on your crease. And you can also use this on the bottom lash line. I like it because it doesn't poke, as I've mentioned several times in this video. These brushes don't poke you in the eye. That's why it can get as close to your lash line and you do not even feel any kind of inkling for you to blink like this. Last but not the least, this is the Wing Liner Brush. Self-explanatory, it's an angled type of brush that you can use for your gel liners, and obviously you use this on your lash line, get a good wing. I don't have any product on it right now, but that's what you know what I mean. The bristles have a give to it, means that it's not that stiff, which also means, at least to me, it would not poke the eye. How many times can I mention poking in the eye in this video? But that's what it is. It just doesn't poke the eye, it doesn't feel irritating, but so far seems like a good first impression. I'm not sure if I mentioned, the clutch comes in this brown with a rose gold detailing zipper and the logo right here, and inside you have a lining. The lining actually feels kind of luxurious, and also a zipper, just not a bad idea. It says there, Color Love Makeup. Well, I'm not sure if it picks it up. I like the fact that brush brands give you a separate pouch for you to store your brushes, even if you probably won't. But these things come in handy. Just a few more things. Let me just give a mention to these 2 sample size freebies that I got from purchasing at Dogless. This is the, someone correct me if I pronounce it wrong, Clarins Clarins, I don't know. Super restorative remodeling serum that lifts, replenishes anti-age spots. An exceptional anti-aging care which meets the specific needs of skin weakened by hormonal changes linked to aging. Thanks. Anyway, this is the Chanel Gabrielle perfume. I think this smells really nice. I haven't tried it one out, but I really like getting these sample perfume size sprays because I just like taking them with me, trying them out. So those are the freebies that I got from Dogless. Okay, last two things and then we're done. Stay with me, stay with me. This next thing that I picked up is something from Sephora. It's actually a nail clipper. Now you're probably wondering, why on earth would I pick up a nail clipper? I accidentally locked my luggage with a cable tie. I cable tied my hand carry. I thought that I misplaced the pocket knife that I carried with me. I mean, I went back to our hotel room just before we left during that day, and I couldn't find that pocket knife, and I thought to myself, oh my god, I must have lost it. But I could not find it anywhere in the hotel room because I scampered. I was looking everywhere. I just didn't see it there. I didn't see it on the table. I didn't see it underneath the sheets. I didn't see it underneath the bed. Not even in the bathroom. I don't think I flushed it down the toilet because I wouldn't bring that thing in the bathroom. I know I must have misplaced it somewhere. I just don't know where because I could not open my luggage. It's been locked. I could not open my hand carry because it's also cable tied. So we actually ended up purchasing something to open my hand carry, which was this. I got this one for no good reason at all but to open my hand carry. So what else can I say about the nail clipper? It clips your nails. And it's actually pretty big and it's pretty expansive too. This one, I did not pick this up from Europe. I picked this up in in-flight Dubai duty-free in the plane. I was looking through the duty-free magazine. For some reason, I just kept stopping at the page that contains this one. This is the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer Duo, the oil-free variant. I kind of regret buying it because it actually ended up more expensive compared to when I just got a single one here in the Philippines. You pretty much get it for the same price if you just purchase a single one. Nothing special happened. It's just that I have two and I don't really need it. This is so sad. But I've heard really good reviews about this one, and I was already looking for something to try out on my clients that had a more promising silicone base because I'm going to be using airbrush these days and I need a good silicone primer to go with that silicone based airbrush. I'm having high hopes for this one because of the reviews and I'm going to try this one out. Okay guys, that's it for my Eastern Europe haul. These are the products that I purchased during my trip in Eastern Europe. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave me a comment down below about your thoughts. Let me know if you tried any of these other products, maybe the Smashbox, the Catrice, maybe if you have the StylPro, let me know your review about this one because I would really love to know. And yeah, that's it. Don't forget to follow me on my social media accounts. My Instagram account is @ShaiChanC and my Twitter account is @WhyGoDecaf. Again, I'm going to leave it on the description box below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel as well so you don't miss any new videos. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you again in my next video. Bye! So today's video is going to be about my Eastern Europe haul. This video is going to be a little bit more like a price of Catrice here in the Philippines is pretty much double the price of what we have here in the Philippines. Okay, the next thing that I picked up in some place that I don't even remember where. So this is how the 105 highlight here we go again. So this is the sheer cheek here we go again. This is the Zoeva Luxe Classic Shader Eyeshadow Brush. Oh, that's a mouthful. The bristles are I cannot speak.